Good morning, folks. It is pretty clear now that Trump is doing his best to slow down or block the release of the Epstein files, especially the parts that show who knew what, when, where, and how. Now that Congress has voted to make those records public, will it finally reveal a much bigger network of politicians, billionaires, and media figures? Or is this whole thing going to end up stalled again, tangled in legal logistics, redactions, and procedural delays that keep the truth out of reach? Well, if I was a betting woman, I would say that there's a likelihood that there's going to be more things hidden and less uncovered. What do y'all say? And good morning to everybody. Thank you for coming. As you can see, Chris is feeling unwell, so we're stepping in, Java and Jugs, to take up the lead for y'all and hopefully give you a good morning. I don't know. This topic might be a little frustrating. Morning, ladies. Good to see you. Oh, you're muted, Lilith.
I was actually kind of happy with it. Seeing because I've been, people who know me know I work with Secular Talk, so I knee deep in all the political stuff. His poll numbers are still dropping, and approval of just about everything is in the toilet. So
all across the board, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
In any which number you can pull, it doesn't seem as though he is, from what he touts, everything that he says, it's the complete opposite. Every time he says this number is doing well, you can guarantee that it's actually in the toilet, that it's tanking.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty pathetic the amount he lies.
What's really shocking to me is just the width of how many people are and how many groups he's losing support with, and losing support with very, very, very quickly.
Yeah. Especially one of his toughest, strongest, loudest supporters, Marjorie Trader Green.
Yeah.
He has completely slammed her in the press. I mean, calling her a traitor, and she takes that very seriously because she believes herself to be a patriot.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
There's his support among Latinos has dropped like mad. There was a poll that just came out, and then also approval of ICE has dipped like mad, which of course, but it's nice to see the numbers. The Epstein thing is absolutely sinking him too. So,
hey Dave, hey Adrian,
how do you feel, Dave? Hope you're feeling well.
Yeah,
he needs an exorcist. He needs to get the evil
like
out of him. I mean, he literally, like, if demons were real and everything that Christians said was legitimate, and demons could possess you, they could possess things, I would say that Trump is somebody who is possessed by a demon. He would be perceived as having demon-like behavior for like the atrocities that he's committed. But they won't see that because he's chosen, because he's the chosen one, like an Abraham or a Noah or a Moses. All the bad things he does is like God ordained.
What was that movie, The Devil's Advocate?
I feel like I've seen that.
Came out like in '97 or something like that. But yeah,
is that
they were
Is that one with Al Pacino or?
Yeah,
it is. Okay. Yes, I do know that one. It's a good movie.
Yeah. They were like, they were regular people, but they were demons, and really.
Meow. Okay, so secular feeling says the demon would be possessed by him, and I'd cry for that. Right? Yeah, we'd be exorcising the demon so that way we could save the demon's life. Because that's just not fair. They didn't deserve that.
Another thing that's also going to make his poll numbers completely crash, if they haven't completely crashed yet, but they're definitely getting there, is he just announced that he will not sign any of the extensions of the ACA, which he does not realize that is going to screw over his base so bad that they might
Mostly his base.
first. Oh, of Trump's base, they're going to realize real quick, oh, holy crap, he did this, and their premiums are going to triple, and yeah.
Right. And you know, Marjorie was saying the reason that she voted yes on the big beautiful bill is because the insurance companies are doing us over. They're bending us over.
Mhm.
And I agree.
Yeah.
I agree that that is absolutely true. But who made that possible?
Yeah.
So instead of saying, well, you know, we don't want to pay these insurance companies because they're robbing the American public, how about you fix the problem and don't
Yeah.
make us be the ones who have to suffer? Make
Mhm.
the insurance companies, like, I don't get why they dance and prance around these elites and these big corporations, but when it comes to the American public that they work
Because they
for,
keep them
it's-
in their jobs and
yeah,
they give them
I mean,
money.
we know why. It's
Yeah.
because of corruption. It's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. They're all connected to each other, which has been slowly being revealed through Epstein. All of this huge circle of people, of elites, and the you know what really pisses me off is when people knew when Jeffrey was convicted. What year was that? Was that 2017, something like that? 2018.
Yeah. Yes. He wasn't
Somewhere.
I
convicted.
was about to Google it.
But it was somewhere around there.
Mhm.
We've through these emails that have been released, we've seen that there has been numerous people who continue to hang out with him, take his advice,
Mhm.
fly on his planes, like it was no bother, no big
Yeah.
deal. Now, I can understand that, you know, if I was friends with somebody and it was revealed they did something horrible, that would be shocking.
Yeah.
But I would not be able to just continue my relationship as if nothing happened. Like, I would have to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Because this, we're not just talking about like, oh, he stole $20 from me.
Yeah.
Right. We're talking about actual crime that affects people's lives, and especially and specifically children. So but Peter Thiel, he was on
Yeah.
the Joe Rogan show. I don't know if y'all caught that, but he was on the Joe Rogan show. And Rogan was like, oh, okay. But, you know, after this was all before you found out that he was convicted, that he was involved in all this stuff. And he was like, no, this was after.
Keep in mind, he was convicted, and I think it was 2008. And
Yeah, first time 2006.
Yeah, he
It
got
was
the
2006.
sweetheart deal
Right.
century.
Right. That's right.
And
Yeah.
so it's not like
you.
this stuff was unknown. I mean, people have known if they had 2 seconds to look into him, they would have known this back then.
If they had taken
Yeah.
the time. But I don't think they would have taken the time. I don't think that they cared enough. I think as long as they could get away with keeping this good relationship with this man who had all these connections and all this money and could do things for them,
Mhm.
they don't care. They don't have souls, and I don't believe in souls. But if there was a soul,
I mean, yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure they were aware of it, but they probably. But yeah, I'm with you. They just didn't care at that point because it's just like okay. But
well, in that land, in the land of in those circles, in the
Mhm.
land of the influential and the powerful, might makes right.
Yeah.
Whoever has the most money is right. And a lot of times the legal system will bow to those who have that money and that power.
Mhm.
So even if morally they were like, okay, this guy is effed in his head,
Yeah.
they're still getting something from him. And it just infuriates me that they claim to be such good people, Christians, and they're just pigs. They're absolute dog shit.
I mean, to be honest, whether Christian or not doesn't really matter because think of how many sex scandals are in churches, especially that we've heard lately. Like, holy crap!
Oh, I mean that it means nothing. It means nothing.
Mhm.
I mean, when we want to bring up the church and stuff, what does the Bible say? It's hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. That has to be obvious right there, even coming from a religious standpoint. Like how they think they won't consider religious to me, And when I was a
Mhm.
Christian, because of the moral that they had, but it's been signs all along, you
Mhm.
know, all the pictures you see with him, that's a red flag to me. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that how he was found unalived, Epstein's found unalived, that was a red flag to me too.
Right.
Yeah, and and this is completely like rumor and circumstantial, but I have heard several people say that because of the deal that he got in the 2000s, that he was pretty much completely convinced that he was going to get off scot free this time too because of the non-prosecution agreement. So it wouldn't have exactly have made sense for, I mean, if that's true, then for him to supposedly do what he did does not make just a ton of sense if he thinks he's going to walk after a couple weeks or months.
Well, I guess
I mean,
when you've been able to get what you want from people
yeah,
by, applying pressure, whether it's blackmail or just even the whiff of an
yeah.
idea of knowing something that you did that could ruin your career, people I did something about Hollywood and politics, like that limelight. People are so worried about their how they're perceived and their appearance. I'm I'm baffled at how they wouldn't just like not want to touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
But I think that just goes to show you that what's more important is that money and that power. Even
Hmm.
though they want to be, I don't know, not perfect in the public eyes. I don't think they care about being perfect. They just
I
want
mean,
respect. Oh,
it's
who's
not
that baby?
about
Yep, this is Pixie.
Hi,
it's
Pixie
not a
baby.
hey
Oh,
sweetheart.
she got a little white stripe down her face and her nose.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hi
she's so
Pixie.
cute. She's a cutie pie. We love doggies on this channel.
Yes,
I
and we need
mean,
some doggies to break up the heinous crap.
yeah. Somebody said it's a dog in the bed, and it's another one right here, but she's off to the side. She's like, "Let me have you move me." Uh, yeah.
Pickles is
I
around here
mean,
somewhere.
when it comes to a lot of politicians, they don't really care about the regular people because they're not going to give them the money and the support that they really need in that sense. They're going to just say enough just to get that
Hmm.
vote. But the
Yeah.
org, but the companies are the ones that's paying them.
Hmm.
Even in my job, I work for the union. I work for a big three, and we have union. And so many times people vote for their friends. They don't really vote for the
Hmm.
people who can do the job. And there's this one guy, I don't like all his policies and stuff, but he overall cares about the union. But they never vote for him because he's a no nonsense guy. Maybe sometimes say a few cuss words, and that just puts him over the top. But here he is fighting and talking and showing us how he can help our company for a long time, and y'all don't vote for him because he's stupid.
Hmm.
The
And
wrong
that's what it
reason.
isn't everywhere. Yeah, and that's what it isn't everywhere. It's
Yeah.
it's a popularity contest.
It is.
Hmm.
Yep. Whoever can hold more sway. It's not about doing the job anymore, getting the job done, like being able to say, look at all these accomplishments. It's can you dig at the other person better? Can you make the other person look embarrassed and yourself look like the cool person? It's like bullying, if you ask
Yeah,
me.
it
Instead
really
of getting
is.
to what the real politics and the true issues are, it's just a back and forth. And like the public display is really embarrassing. Like you and me, we do that kind of crap. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I don't expect I don't really expect anything less. But
Yeah.
excuse me, when it comes to my politicians, I would want them to act with dignity. It doesn't mean they can't joke around and do like kikis online and stuff. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Still be you, have some humor in the job, enjoy it. But
Yeah.
the constant digs and like the stuff people are saying about
It's a serious job
Zoran,
for
the
serious people.
Islamophobia. It's kind of crazy what
Yeah.
people talk out their mouths, like the things they feel comfortable saying nowadays without even a second thought, and nobody holds them accountable.
I mean, I've been following politics for 20 years, and I used to think like this crap's getting out of hand, especially like when Obama was in office and some of the stuff that some people, not even necessarily members of the GOP would say, but like they didn't exactly have influencers, but like the radio and the media and stuff for the GOP would say, I'd be like, whoa, what the crap? Now I wouldn't even bat an eye at any of that because it's just like, yeah, we've heard it before. What else you got? I mean, it's just nothing that they do surprises me. Like I said yesterday with that, with the caller on Neen show, it doesn't surprise me. It just does not surprise me anymore.
It's like typical.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if it's shocking and in your face, that's what's going to sell. Like we blurred the line so much that there's almost no in between for some of these people when they have conversations. It's always an extreme. Like everything's just taken to the highest level, a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous over the last couple years to just see how straight up disconnected from reality people can get.
Very disconnected.
I mean, yeah, it's just it baffles me that someone can sit there, see all of the news about Epstein and everything else, including all the right wingers who are like, this is not good. At the very least, even if they're not pointing fingers at Trump directly, but saying like, this does not look good. And they'll still be like, meh, whatever. Like, he's still my guy. Like, how the hell is he still your guy when he is doing all this?
Then nobody can say go about a pussy, and that's not a spark. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, how can you say little things like that, or looking at a 12-year-old saying, when you get 10 years later, I'm gonna date you?
No one else would, like, we'd all go like, ooh, if we heard somebody say that. But for whatever reason, when it's the chosen one, it's okay.
I don't understand people in their thought process. And then he was on Oprah Winfrey show, and I remember this episode, and he talked about how he was going to become a Republican if he ever ran for president because they're gullible and stupid.
Ooh, he said it, and they fell for it. It happened.
Not wrong.
He's always said the truth. People don't want to hear it, though.
Yeah.
He really has. He's told, I mean, not the truth that he does. I'm not saying that he doesn't lie, but he's always said that he's a criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he didn't want these files released, he was dead set against it. Hoax. And then when finally push comes to shove and he gets wind that all the Republicans are going to vote for it, then he comes out and says it was his idea and he wants them to release it. Yeah. Now he wants them to. No, that's just you trying to spin, as Tori said. That's
the narrative.
One thing,
like you were in control the entire time because you're losing. Yeah. As you said, Lilith, all his numbers are plummeting.
One thing Kyle pointed out the other day was that he also basically started a new investigation with the DOJ into the files. And that could very well stop the release of the files because if it's under investigation, they can't release the files.
Yep.
And it's just like he is pulling every trick in the book to try and keep these files from getting out there. And the only thing I can possibly come to the conclusion is he knows exactly what it is, and it is going to sink him with everybody. So holy shit, get those files out here.
We have watched them stall for so long, and when they spin the argument, now I want to use that word spin, when they spin the argument and say, well, Biden didn't release the files.
They were under investigation.
Biden didn't run on releasing the Epstein files. But who
Yeah.
did? Hold on. Let me wait. Who did? Who ran on releasing the? Oh, that's right. You did. So what's the holdup?
Yeah.
What's the problem? That's suspicious. That says volumes to me, and I think the majority of the public are picking up on it, except for a certain group, the cult, those who are really deep into it. They've internalized this whole situation, and they won't let go. They will
I
not.
see you with your little top on.
What'd you
I
say? I'm
see
sorry.
you. I see you with your little top on. Cute little,
Oh, my
cute
little
little.
top. My
Yeah,
little top.
I see you trying to show it all. I see you.
I'm always.
Mhm.
I can't sit still. Like I don't know.
No,
Something's
you're
wrong.
fine.
I can't.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I watch videos of me pace. They're doing like this.
Yeah,
Like,
like
damn, I did it. I'm like, damn, I did this a whole damn video. Like I'm nervous or something.
I be doing stuff like this.
Yeah, I be doing little, and I be like, I
Stop
moved
it.
the whole video. I cannot be still the whole video. I'm like, or I move my hand sometimes.
Oh
I
gosh,
Mhm.
notice that's
hands.
just me,
I
and
talk
I'm
with my
like,
hands, and I
man,
really, it's just
I'm
overboard
like,
because I be doing like I really do just kind of flail around a
I'm like, man, I
Yeah.
moved
I
and I
total
moved
my
my
hands a lot.
hands.
lot. Like, oh
Really,
man.
when I'm trying to explain something, I really be with my hands. I'm like, that is not
And they say
good on a
why
live
you do it.
stream.
You're trying, you're trying to get a point across. So the more you like are trying to get a point across, you just get
Mhm.
your gesture, hand gesture, not gestures. But like, can you chill out? Could you maybe just take that down like 10 notches?
But what I'm gonna say is, I don't care if it's in the public eye or the privacy of our families. We need to stop allowing or forgiving or something of these pedophiles.
Yeah.
We, I mean, this happened within my family and probably a lot of other families too.
Yeah. I
But
know some.
then, yeah, and we don't take, we don't give them the accountability. It
Yeah.
was a
Hmm.
situation in my family. I did not know until I got grown what happened. Then it made
Mhm.
sense why my family acted a certain way. But one of my cousins was molested by her stepfather.
Mm.
Instead of him getting arrested, they had her move in with my grandma, my father's mom.
Oh, holy
So they just
crap.
took her out of the house and left
Yeah,
them
instead of
there.
dealing
Yeah.
with the
That
situation.
happens
I'm
a lot.
wondering why my mom never wanted me. I went over there with them only. Never could spend the night. I wondered why when I got grown, she told me the truth. Like a few years, not too long ago, I understood.
Mhm.
I think
So
that
that's crazy.
it is. And sadly,
And
I
this is
think
what happened. This happened in the public eye too. This man
really.
is doing this stuff. They don't get
And
no
people knew.
time or barely time. Or if, like, you looking at the situation of like Bill Cosby. I don't, stipulations on that as well. But it's evidence and he be found guilty in all these cases and still president.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yep.
Why is he in his position still?
I
Yeah.
I don't
We
know.
don't know.
I don't know, and I don't know if that's because they've
Is it
been
because of
perceived.
this?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, why is
Yeah.
it that he was more held, his feet were more held to the fire than maybe certain other people, right? Like, why was he ostracized? Yet here we go with Jeffrey Epstein,
Mhm.
and with I mean, so much evidence, and women, the victims are still here, speaking out and
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about it, and not not treated the same whatsoever. Why
Mhm.
is that? But, I think they all should be held to the same degree of seriousness. I don't think that your
They should.
celebrity should get you off, or your power should get you, I don't know, some kind of leeway.
Yeah.
No, no, not your money, not your power, not your anything. Everybody, the legal system should work the same for everyone, but sadly,
Yeah, but you got money. Money, what bullshit?
well, you
Money
can
to
buy
I
bullshit
mean,
work.
justice.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I mean, it gets to the point that the bigotry among a lot of people is so deeply rooted that they don't even realize it. There was literally a poll that just came out that said they should ban Arabic numerals in New York City. If you don't know, Arabic numerals are the 1, 2, 3, 4 that we use, like the numeral for it.
Wow, they want to
Yeah,
ban it.
and it's like they're called Arabic numerals, but simply, and the thing is like I've seen people being like, "Oh, I can't believe people are this Islamophobic," and I'm like, guys, this has been going on since like uh uh 2001. Is like I
Yeah.
remember a poll like that in December in Texas, and it was huge. Like, let's ban this. I'm sitting there. I'm like, you want us to go back to Roman numerals or some shit? Like, no, that's just
I'm
what they're called. People like stop having such a gut reaction just because something is called something like Arabic numerals, and you just don't like the term Arabic.
a
Right.
lot of our math has Arabic roots in it, period, though.
Yeah.
Algebra does the word
You know
algebra.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
A lot of our
So what
stars
are you
do.
talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
We
absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And it's just like these are the same people that will turn around and let these guys slide too, because they're just like, well, she was 16. She wasn't she was a woman. She wasn't a girl. Bullshit.
well, this country has propagandized us since
Mm-hmm.
we've grown up. I mean, to I didn't even notice it really until I'm now woken up from the call on how they portray Arabs and people who are Muslims in the
Mm-hmm.
media, in movies. How
Yeah.
a lot of times they're always the bad guy, or
Yeah. There's one guy who's a Arab comedian, and he said quite a few times. He's like, he's like, I've portrayed terrorists in a few movies. He's like, I will not do that again, ever. He's like, I have to turn down calls because I won't do it. And good for him for doing that. And
yeah, that's the role you're always getting played.
hmm
No, thank you.
yeah,
I, I mean, if you think about it, the black people, like
hmm
Denzel, what did he get his award for? For being a corrupt cop, drug addict, corrupt cop.
hmm
Oh,
Halle Berry got it for having sex with a white man. And that's
oh,
what Monster Ball is about.
yep,
Um, the as, assistant Academy Award for sound for the Gone with the Wind, being a maid.
oh,
yeah,
So that's what we get. So that's what it's for.
right.
I don't
That's
really
the
want to.
history here.
I don't really want to talk
yeah,
about my family history, but through marriage, I was related to a very famous actor, few people, and so they gave it to him because he was Bohemian. He was an American black. You
Oh.
probably know what I'm talking about if you think about it.
hmm
But yeah,
And but that's pretty typical for this country. They
yeah.
yeah,
use the media, they use TV shows, they use movies as a way to cast people in a certain light.
hmm
And you just do not know how much that sticks with you and how much you see the world through that lens with just yeah, I just not
yeah.
even
I mean,
realizing.
you can kind of start to see it when the portrayals in movie and TV start to change a bit, like they have in the last 10 years or so, like with some more um, of the various minority groups coming in and having more prominent roles, and then you see the massive backlash. And then you're
I'm
like,
going.
"Oh, holy crap! And you realize that backlash is because it hasn't been there,
I'm going
and it
to
has."
answer. Hold on. What you got finished? I was reading this.
Oh no, go ahead. I was done.
What, you want me to pull a comment
I
up?
see. Yeah. Adrian Belgrave comment. He was talking to Randall Flagg, but he said, I see Jasmine Crockett being a strong candidate in the future. I do as well. However, they consider
There,
her too ghetto because
there
she
are
speaks her
some, yeah,
mind.
there are some things that I don't particularly like about her, but to be fair, she is much better than a lot of people, and she is one that could actually potentially give one of our senators a run for their money. So
She's a firecracker. I love
yeah,
her. She was she the one who's is she the one there's a remix to? And she called somebody a
Yeah, that was
big
her.
yep.
back blonde booty.
Oh, you can't
She's
come for
from
some
my old
black
district.
person. You
She's
She
from
can't
was
my
sit
old
there with
district
a
in
black
Dallas.
person and expect
So
them not to
clap back.
expect them not to say in the clap back.
mhm.
She went hard.
Probably something I would have said to her.
Mhm.
You looking like that talking about me.
Deserve.
Mhm.
But
Deservedly so.
Yeah,
Because the stuff
it,
that
yeah,
Marjorie spouts a lot of time is hateful. I
and
mean,
Nancy
I
Mace.
yeah,
Nancy Mace is on that panel too.
a
I
majority
mean,
of these
they're all
Republican
terrible.
a majority of these Republican women are just, I don't know, they're a different kind. They're just a different kind of woman. And I don't know if it's like reality, if Marjorie is really starting to see the cracks with how like the patriarchy and
I
misogyny is like is
I
just
got no respect for her though. I don't care what you're doing
I
to
really
her.
yeah, I
don't. I
don't
really
care.
don't.
Yeah, like I don't care what her reason is. Although I've seen her go
I'm happy about it.
so hard right that it's hard for me to believe that this is any more than her just following what she thinks is going to. There's two things that you can always expect the Republicans to do. They're always going to do the worst thing possible, and they're always going to save their ass. I think she is just saving her ass, to be honest.
Well, she wants to run. I think she has it in her head
Yeah.
that she's going to go for, I don't know what, but she's going to run for something at some point, and she's jockeying. You know,
Yeah.
she's finding her position. She realized that that there is possibly some kind of some kind of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You know, she's smart enough to pick up on that there is a lot of turmoil inside of the MAGA cult, and this might be her opportunity to step outside on her own, as she has even said herself that without Trump's backing, she was the one who beat out 8 dudes because Trump
Yeah.
didn't back her. He's never had her back, but she's gone so hard for him. And she said she even spent millions, so she said, of her own dollars to
I
help
mean,
that.
that's her fault, ain't it?
It didn't know like it's absolutely her fault. But now she sees an
Mhm.
opportunity to be like, you know what? These men walked all over me.
Mhm.
I'm not going to have that. But is this because she sees the misogyny, or is it just because now it's personal?
Yeah.
Do
It's
you know what I'm
personal.
saying?
It's
Right.
personal.
It's not for the right reasons.
Exactly. Never.
Yeah.
No.
So that's kind of like why I get worried when people like her are getting like
Yeah.
put on media all the time nowadays. I'm seeing her face everywhere. And you know, people are like, "Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene is talking sense." And I'm like, "Oh man. Be careful. She believes that there's like airplanes dropping chemicals on people. So I don't know if you know what you're getting yourself into.
The
Um.
weirdo
Jewish
CK
space
Evan.
lasers. She is the
Yeah.
Jewish space laser lady.
I mean, just like what Adrian Belgrave said. She said, uh, but
That
I
was a
doubt
he.
people would vote for a gay president. Gay president still has higher numbers than an atheist president, like by
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Probably
What?
so.
What?
Which is just like it's one of those things that it's just like that personally. If you run for president and someone asks you about your faith and you're like, "Hey, I don't want to talk about it. This is a secular government. My faith is mine and mine alone," which is the exact answer that I would give if I was running for office. Is like, I'm not going to talk about it. It has nothing to do with this. We have a secular government. That's it. If you don't come out as having one religion or another or being religious at all, it like totally sinks your chances, and it's just like it's infuriating that that's the case. And it's like, and she has to keep doing the like super like, oh no, I'm super Christian, blah 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 blah, and then going with the like Jewish space laser crap to try and prove that. It's just like,
I'm so Christian, I hate Jews.
yeah. No, I mean, I'm not kidding. That's
seriously.
really one of the reasons
No,
why she's
I
doing
totally
that.
agree. Because those people,
Mm-hmm.
that's almost how they position themselves is,
Yeah.
they've knocked the Jews out of contention and now they're the chosen people. I mean, that's what these extremists see. They see themselves as, you know, in different positions in the eyes of the Lord, and they want to be the ones who get to be the ruling class whenever Jesus returns. And, you know, so they're going to have to duke that out at some point when homeboy comes back. You know, I don't know who's going to, I don't know who will win, but I have a feeling that it will be the Christians, because there's a fuck of a lot more Christians on this earth. Just saying. And Randall Flagg said something that is absolutely true. I think a corpse beats JD.
Yeah.
And JD Vance is another one of those who was talking about Usha. Is that her?
Yeah.
And was saying, oh, she's, you know, she was, you know, practically an atheist or agnostic or whatnot. And she has said proudly before that she came from a family who was religious. Is it Hindu, I believe? So
I think so.
And then he said the other day that she wasn't religious. She's barely religious. Because
you barely religious.
Because he knows that her not being religious is easier for him than her being anything but hardcore like Christian nationalist.
Yep.
I mean, even
out.
Yeah, I mean, even if she was like more progressive Christian, that wouldn't fly. Like, it's got to be, she's hardcore like Christian nationalist Catholic with JD, or it's nothing.
It has to be the right kind of Christian. At some point there will be a very specific flavor of Christian. You know, that's not going to happen, but I'm saying in their wet dream, that would be the fruition, is that everybody in America would be one flavor of religion, but yet they'll point the finger at, you know, other extremist groups and say, oh, Sharia law, or they want this or they want that. Like, honey, you're asking for the same thing. Like, how do you think you're going to get a Christian nation? Like, you're only going to get that assimilation.
Yeah. Look at how hard they're crashing out over Mamdani winning. I mean, they're crashing out thinking that freaking New York City is going to become like the bastion of Sharia law here. Like, are you kidding me? It's freaking New York, dude. They're not going to tolerate that shit.
You are absolutely dumb, stupid, if you ever think that was going to happen simply because there is a mayor who and he's progressive.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. He would be what I consider just a normal everyday Christian. He's a normal everyday Muslim. Yeah, like his wife is cool. She does whatever she wants. She dresses nice. I mean, she's not covered head to toe.
Yeah, and I totally understand. Like, and I rail against religion on the regular, but it's not the average everyday people who are nice and respectful and keep their religion to themselves and don't try to legislate on it that I have a problem with. I have a problem with the Christian nationalists who are trying to make me and my kids and everybody else follow their damn religion because their religion says something, therefore it must absolutely be true. So we have to make everybody do it. Your religion governs your actions, not mine.
Exactly. Just because you believe in a fairy tale book, hey, listen, I'm going to champion you. I'm going to tell you have every right to believe in that fairy tale. I'm going to pat you on the back. I'm going to give you a bottle and I'm going to put you to bed. But when you try to tell me that I have to do the very same thing, is where I draw that's it. That's where I draw the line. Yeah. I'm not asking for much from you other than to keep it to yourself. It's really not hard to do. It's called, if you see something that offends you online, it's called block. It's called scroll. It's called if you don't want an
Yeah.
abortion, you don't get one. Like it's called if you don't want to go to that mosque, you don't go in it. These are very simple solutions that humanity has done for hundreds of years here.
Have you
And it
heard?
works.
Yeah, have you heard about the new abortion law? I want to say it's South Carolina, but I could be wrong. That they're trying to impose now. It is a one of the groups called it a Frankenstein of all of the worst like restrictions from
Great.
across the South. Yeah, like it's going. It one thing that I would do is that a woman who gets an abortion could go to jail for 30 years for murder. The woman, not the
Yeah.
doctor, the woman.
What is? I'm trying to think of that. Go
And
ahead, finish.
there's even anti-abortion groups that are fighting against that because they're like, do not criminalize the woman in this because that doesn't help anybody. Like
No.
that, yeah.
What if she has other kids? Like you're just gonna send.
Insane.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she has kids, if she's a single. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
She's
even
a human that has
it
a life.
doesn't even have exceptions for life of the mother.
Oh my
Doesn't even have
Lord.
exceptions for that.
I hate the pro-life, the whole
Mm.
pro-life thing, because you're not pro-life, you're pro-birth, you're pro-control.
You're
Yep.
pro force.
What's that? I kind of think I heard about recently that Republican lady who voted to ban abortion in her state. She was a representative or something like that. And then she had a situation where in ectopic pregnancy or something happened where she needed to get one.
Yes, I saw that.
So then she ended up changing the law just to change it right back when she got the procedure done. I can't think of where this was. My mind is blank right now.
I don't remember, but she basically tried to blame it on Democrats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whatever that is. I can't think of
Are you dumb? You
Does
must
anybody know who her name is in the chat? I'm trying to think, but I mean that's stuff that's done. Like you a woman, you don't care about the women's rights.
There she is.
How beautiful.
Good morning.
I will see you in 30 minutes, I guess.
Oh shoot, I didn't even realize what time it was. Wow, time is just flying.
Yeah.
Hold on, someone commented and I wanted to someone had commented about Mike Pence, and I apologize I don't know who that was. Maybe it was Adrian. But okay, so 100% I hate Mike Pence because I think he was like the first real in of like Project 2025 Heritage Foundation. Like he was. He was kind of but I will say the fact that he stood 10 toes down when it came to the insurrection and passing over the presidency. What is it that's called? He has to sign or something.
Yeah, he had to sign and approve the votes to be.
Okay, yeah.
Like, okay, I give him credit for continuing the process like he should have and not rejecting the electors, but that was the bare freaking minimum that he could have done because that's what he was legally required to do.
He shouldn't get cookies. He shouldn't get cookies for it, but at least he stood up to the base, which is what none of these other nincompoops could do.
Yeah, and to be entirely fair, which I think he was an idiot for having his family there, knowing how this was probably going to go, but still, hearing them chant "Hang Mike Pence" while you're inside with your family, like I can understand that kind of strain that he still was like, yeah, I'm not bending to this, which, yeah, good on him that he didn't do it, but like I said, no cookies for him. It's the bare minimum.
That's like when you clock in and clock out for your job. That's your job.
Yeah. And he did a lot of really fucked up things in Indiana too when he was governor there. So
yeah. I mean, he has a perverted mind. He doesn't see women as human. He sees us as objects, as property. Mike, not even twopence, is a prime example of putting a nice face on absolute excrement. I just love that comment. That was really good. Lipstick on a pig, baby.
Yeah. So
yeah, I've heard that Christian nationalism wants women who have abortions to get the death penalty. Otherwise, Jesus won't approve of this.
Yeah.
And
And
Jesus is going to judge us by the women who have abortions, not the fact that we had like how many years of slavery here, not the fact that we've
yeah,
assimilated indigenous people and stolen their land, not the fact that we're
yeah,
using the prison industrial complex to continue enslavement. It's not anything to do with that. It's the women, you guys. It's always the women's fault. Like, duh. Oh my lord.
Especially mine, because I'm a black woman. I'm
Yeah,
really,
you're obviously
I'm the
worse
real
out of
reason
all of
why.
us. Oh.
What I don't understand the pro-life thing, and I cannot remember what the scripture is, but when they had the thing in the Bible where they thought that the women were having affairs and that their
Right.
baby was not there, they would have them drink the solution.
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
What
And
that's an
yeah,
abortion to me. I
bitter
may be
water.
wrong, but I thought that was an abortion. Yeah, some
Yeah,
bitter
there.
water. But what bitter
Yeah,
water? I mean, that was that poison? Bitter water doesn't for poison?
I've heard.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I've heard a couple. I've heard a couple different interpretations of it. I heard from one person, and I want to say it was an atheist scholar, but I could be wrong. That was more about them not being able to have children afterwards,
Thank
as
you,
opposed to
Cosplay.
as opposed to aborting whatever child was there. But basically, like it would just like completely like it would mess up her reproductive system to where she couldn't have any more kids. Um, but either way, like the Bible doesn't say like anything about, and there's also the one law about where if a pregnant woman gets hit or injured or something, and all you lose is the fetus, like it's a fine. But if the woman gets killed, then yeah, it's eye for an eye. Like it very clearly does not place anywhere near as much value on a fetus as it does a person. Like as a like
Everything is a
full
fine. I mean,
human. Yeah,
any
I mean,
woman gets raped, it's a fine.
in
yeah,
Judaism, life starts at the first breath.
yeah,
That's when
and
that's when Adam was alive, when God first.
yeah, and I mean, if people are personally pro-life, like they're as in like I would never get an abortion, fine, more power to you. I don't care. Like that is you and your decision on what you want to do. But the thing is you have absolutely no right to tell me what I can and cannot do.
No.
Like you don't know my life, you don't know my circumstances. If I were to get pregnant right now, I would almost certainly have to have one because I was told by my doctor 20 years ago, if you have another one, you are going to die probably.
I can't.
And I am not orphaning my two kids and leaving my grandson without a grandmother because of a kid that may or may not be when I'm probably going to die before they're
Trying to
born.
even. No.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not going to do that.
This country has a huge reckoning. I'm hoping it
Yeah.
comes very, very soon. I better live to see it. But we need to get rid of this whole like abortion equals bad person. Quite frankly, like abortions mostly nowadays, abortions are through a pill. Like that,
Yeah.
like you realize you're
There's
first
like
minute you
60%
realize
of them or something. Yeah.
yeah,
And
because as long as you catch it before, like I think at the point of 12 to 15 weeks, before that, whatever, you take the pill, and usually like no biggie. It's not even a big deal.
yeah,
And anything that happens late, like late
it's
term,
almost always
that's
because of a
because
medical issue.
it's
Almost always.
something bad has happened. Those people have already
Terrible.
prepared for a baby to be here.
Yeah.
This is detrimental to them. Like this is not what they wanted to happen when it comes late like that. So to paint women as evil and criminal when they just want to save their lives so they can continue living, I'm just, oh my God, it makes me so infuriated.
But how many times does it happen where there's a couple, they're together, and then something happens, they break up, and then it's left with one of the parents. Now, I'm not going to say all the time women, because sometimes it is men that step up to the plate, and that child is raised by a single person, struggling doing everything.
And the thing is that they sit there and they scream about being pro-life and wanting to protect the babies and crap. But the second the baby's born, they don't give a damn. They don't give it health care. They don't help the parents. Childcare is unaffordable in this country. Like, it's completely, because I know someone here who works 2 full-time jobs. 2. Her second job is simply to afford childcare for the first one. That shouldn't be a thing.
Crazy.
That should not be
a
thing.
No,
I was that person working 80 hours a week. I worked 7 days. Sometimes I work even more than that. I work 7 days. I remember I got in trouble one time for falling asleep at one of my other jobs.
Yeah, and this is
I was so tired.
Oh my gosh, it's not fair. Like we're breaking our backs.
Yeah, and I'd have DNC. I'd have DNC myself, so I know.
Yeah,
a lot of people have. I worked in a hospital. DNCs were like
it's officially labeled medically as an abortion. Like, that is what it is called.
And I mean, it was just a procedure. Something's not right, and they have to take care. I mean, it's our body, it's our natural system. Sometimes naturally you just like nope, sorry, little guy, out the door. I mean, it happens so often that we might not even know that it's happening.
I am coming to read this. Adrian Belgrave. Now, straight up, I'll choose adoption over abortion anyway, but in those circumstances I wouldn't oppose to it, in my opinion. The sad thing is that it's so many children now that's in the system that are from unwanted pregnancies, and sometimes people will come in and they'll abort. They have an adoption, and sometimes the people they get the baby back. In some cases, happened.
It reminds me of that. It reminds me of that video.
No, go ahead. You tell me about the video.
I was going to say, it reminds me of that video of the guy who is going around to abortion clinics with people who are pro-life and protesting outside with adoption papers. Not a single one signs.
Oh my!
Of course. Because the thing is that it's not about. It has nothing to do with saving the babies. All it has to do is with controlling women. That's it. That's all it is. And if anybody doubts that, there are certain that I think it's South Carolina. I think that they're trying to pass this. It will make some forms of birth control illegal. Birth control, like, holy shit! What are you doing?
It's ridiculous, right?
There was a lady years ago, and she was pro-life because I guess she was conceived from rape, and then the mom getting an abortion somehow it didn't take, so she was against abortion, whatever. I do have a problem.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm adopted. I'm the product of an affair.
Well, that's what I was going to say about.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say about adoption is that, I just think that I think that the selling of babies is not taken serious enough in this country. I don't think that people are adopting babies for the right reasons. I see so often on Facebook, on people, as Theophilus said, adopting babies and then changing their mind, and then they're on Facebook with pictures saying, here's this child looking for a home, I just took them in, such and such. I mean, it happens. So they're like recycling children, sending a baby into the adoption system. It's child trafficking. I'm not saying it happens to all children, but it's a form of child trafficking, and I do not think that people take it serious enough.
I have a few points.
You're buying a child.
I'm one of the people who got adopted, and yes, it cost my parents a ton of money to do so, but I got adopted into a great family, great parents. They could not have kids of their own. I ended up being an only child because of that, because after me, they could never afford to adopt any, but they were fine with that. And I mean, I'm one of those successful adoption stories that I had a great adoption. So, but I also understand, and I have also seen many other people who did not have the best experience with it. I get it. And it's also one of those that I've had people ask me, well, you're adopted. Why are you pro-choice? I'm like, because it was my mother's choice what she wanted to do, my biological mother. It was my choice what I wanted to do with my kids. It was my son and his girlfriend's choice on what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
Now,
yes, I got my grandson out of it, but I could not have been angry at them if they decided otherwise. Because I get it. I've been there. I've been a young parent, and I know how hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
now, two things that I want to mention is that, first of all, when you look at many times when I was growing up, I went to Catholic school, and a lot of the girls that I was friends with was adopted.
Hmm.
Now, this came from many of their birth mothers were white women that had affairs with black men, so they had to get rid of that baby. So you'll see these darker, parents were always darker.
Hmm.
So it was like they finally had this beautiful light skinned baby because dark skin was ugly at the
Oh,
time.
see, that's
They didn't want to have the
Yeah,
darker skinned baby, so they would go through
that's
that.
messed up.
So
man.
these
That's
girls
messed
thought
up.
they were better than. No, they thought I was one of those girls too, because my mom was dark, but my father was like, "That's how I got my color." But I went through that. Now I was reading that many times, many of the homeless people, the people that's going through the hard times, were people that outed in the foster care system.
Yeah.
So they were doing throwing under the tracks. Like if we can go to our family if we need help. Me and them don't have
Yeah.
a family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Many times look at these kids getting abused and stuff, and then they go into the system. That's a whole nother thing for me.
there's a lot of reports about kids going into the foster care system and then also getting abused while they're there.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's like and it's so, yeah, it's terrible because after you get past like toddler age and sometimes even before that, they're like, no, we want babies. We don't want older kids. And that's why I always said, which I never was in the position to, but I always said after my two kids, if I had the ability to adopt an older kid out of um, foster care, I absolutely would. Just because it's just like they don't get adopted out anywhere near as much. And what happens when they turn 18? They get kicked off to the streets.
Have you ever
Especially,
seen those? Have you ever seen like those fashion show? I mean, they're not fashion shows. I don't know what to call them. They're children shows for adoption, and they have the kids walk down like the runway, and somebody says, "Oh, and here's little Sandy. She likes reading books and she plays
mhm,
outside and jump rope," and there's all these people just like watching these kids, and the kids are just like trying to perform, and I just, god damn, y'all, I
mm,
don't, yeah, they're like pageants for adoption. I don't know, it makes me feel sick to my stomach. I don't think that's cool.
yeah.
I just, there has to be a better way to go about this. I'm not saying adoption is like terrible. I just think that it's not
It's not.
regulated.
Yeah,
It's all about the
it's not
money.
terrible, but
It doesn't matter if you're a good parent. What matters is, can you afford? Can you buy? Can you purchase? Right?
yeah.
Like your
I
I
parents
am.
had
mean,
to spend a lot of money, and they're good parents. They maybe would have had another child, but they could not afford to. So there might have been another child that would have come out of that system to be in your home,
yeah.
but that was not a choice for them because they couldn't afford it. And that's where it's like, being rich does not make you a good parent. I'm not saying you should
Not at all.
adopt a
No.
child if you don't have a job and you can't like, I'm not saying that whatsoever, but I, there's got to be a better way.
I
Mhm.
went through a bad relationship with my children's father, my first two. And so he went in and basically him and his family went and started calling CPS on me.
Mm.
I was struggling because he was a breadwinner, so we're on assistance and things like that. I'm working, but still on to get help, whatever. But he's went to school where we were together and became an electrician, so he makes a lot of money.
Hmm.
He ended up getting the kids. My kids was complaining all the time he was abusing them. The system did not listen to me for years
Mm.
because they felt I was just saying those things to get them back.
Oh,
Till
honey.
my child came with actual scars on her. That's when I was able to fight to get them back.
See
Wow.
oh my
So
gosh,
I got stories to tell about my life. The person standing here, I'm this way because I went through a lot in my life. And
Yeah.
hopefully I can help people to not go through that in their life again. But yeah, they looked at me being this poor black woman. And
Hmm.
that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
There's so
my
many
kids
things.
always said we want to be with our mommy. Mommy didn't have a lot, but mommy always gave us love, no matter what I had to
Yeah.
do.
But why
And
are
they said,
they?
we
And
know this. If
But
I
that's
got put in a layaway, work 2, 3 jobs, stand on the corner, side of my ass, I don't care. I'm gonna do it to make
yeah.
my kids have what they needed.
Yeah.
but that's that. Another part of, like, another piece of a facet of this is that I'm pretty sure that there's ways that the government helps these adoption companies and people, but they don't do the same thing for the mother
Hmm.
who maybe would keep the child, or just would be able to afford the child if that money went to them versus these
Yeah.
companies or these people.
Hmm.
Why don't we have a better system to help the mom so we don't have so many children in these systems?
But then when you look at it, when they take the kids from the family, they put them into the foster care mother, whoever the parent is, gets more money than
That's what
what they'll give the single parent. Plus, they'll get full food stamps. Plus, they get full Medicaid. Plus, they get clothing vouchers and all this other kind of stuff. Take care of these kids, and they might give you like $200 a month to take care of your kid.
it's a
Yeah.
scam. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
who is this benefiting? It must be benefiting somewhere, somehow, in this system, that you would choose to move that child out of the family home to what, maybe a white Christian home. Like, that's why
Yeah.
it gives this energy of just another way of assimilating the population,
But
And
moving
look,
yeah,
the
don't
child from
don't
this home to a more white privileged home.
yeah. And
That's
I
what it's
mean,
giving.
don't forget all the adoption companies that have, or adoption agencies that have fought and tried to keep their adoptions out of. They've tried to do it to where they keep their adoptions like out of gay couples' homes. They've tried to keep it out of non-Christian homes before. I mean, all of that. And one thing that's been pointed out is some people don't want to be parents, and that is
that's
completely fine.
fine.
I have a lot of respect for people who say, I don't want to be a parent, I would be a horrible parent, X, Y, and Z, and they know that, and they're not going out there and making kids because that's what society expects of you anyway. Like,
Mhm.
that's how you end up. You end up with a lot of people or a lot of kids in adoption situations or in foster care situations by forcing people who know that they shouldn't have kids to have kids,
Mhm.
knowing that they either can't take care of them efficiently because they can't afford it, or that they're just not going to be the best parents, and they know that, and they don't want kids, but they're forced to have them anyway, or
For
feel
making a
societally
responsible
forced to
decision.
have them. Yeah.
It's like it stems from that Bible verse, "Go forth, be fruitful, fill the earth with all your babies. I want you to have so many goddamn babies that you're crawling on top of each other and you're running out of resources," is basically what the
Do
Bible verse
dogs count as my babies?
says. Yes, dogs
Yeah.
do count as babies. But like that thought never left their mind.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, "Oh, that's what my purpose in life. My purpose is I get married. The American dream is I
That's
have
what was
babies."
shoved down my throat my entire life
Yeah.
growing up is you grow up, and with me, luckily, my church was still very like, yes, women can go to college, but you have to go to one of the private colleges. um,
Mm.
there were two colleges that were very Church of Christ, ish colleges, like within a reasonable distance, and almost everybody I know went to one or two of them. And I was just like, oh, okay. But luckily, I didn't end up going to those. But it was, you grow up, you graduate, you go to college, you meet a husband, you have babies, and that's your life. Like, don't worry about getting like a degree that could actually help you with a career, unless it's like teaching or nursing or something. But other than that, no, just go make babies. And no,
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
yeah.
It just isn't.
Yeah, and people I know who I grew up with, there were like four of us that would always hang out. One of them has like two kids. I have two kids. The other two, I think one has three, one has four. And I'm just like, like it's just, you can see. And if you want to have a ton of kids and you can afford them and provide for them like you need to, like emotionally and all that stuff, by all means, go ahead.
Do your thing.
Nobody's stopping you. Do your thing. But you shouldn't be forcing people, because I was one of those that I was always told, oh, you'll be a great mother, you'll love being a mom. There were times that obviously, like everyone, that I really didn't like it. And honestly, now that I look back on it, I probably should have at least waited another 10 years, because I had my youngest when I was 19. So
I was 19 as well.
Yeah,
Same.
I should have probably waited another 10 years or so. But my boys ended up okay. And honestly, I give a lot of the credit for that to my parents, who were also there, because their dad was out of their life pretty early on, and that was not a bad thing. But my boys ended up okay. But I can also see where a lot of kids did not go that way, where they weren't okay with that. So
now I'm gonna say from me, and a lot of women do go through this, I didn't feel loved. I felt like I was a scapegoat growing up, and here this guy was giving me attention that I never had. I was in an abusive relationship with my family, whatever. But I could see my younger brother got more respect and love than me.
Yeah.
And so I thought that a child could give me the love that I didn't get. That's not the case. For me to tell you that.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, I don't regret my children whatsoever.
I don't either.
I'll get who I had them with.
Yes,
if I could turn the time, I love my child. I'm glad they're here, but if I could turn the time, I don't know if I would have children, because I realized when I got older that I'm asexual.
Oh yeah.
I would. Yeah, and I would. I mean, I'm pretty much the same way. So I would have definitely have at least waited a while. But I wouldn't. But that's why I can't. Even with all the horrific stuff that happened, I still can't bring myself to say I wish I never got married the first time. I got my boys out of it, and I can't complain about that. And I've got my awesome grandson, which even though he's a little pistol sometimes, I still love him to death, and I wouldn't change a thing. So,
well, I think for me, what really kind of creeps me out is, had I truly known the reality of this world, I would have thought long and hard. Again, no regrets. So glad I have my children. But if I was out from under the veil like I am now, that would be just.
Oh yeah.
I've told my kids, I'm like, don't have kids. But if they do, I'm like, I will be a good grandma, whatever. But I'm like, if you're gonna have kids, you better think really long and hard about it.
Yeah. Like mine now, obviously my oldest one already has a son. My youngest one doesn't want any kids. And I was asked a while back, I'm like, are you okay that he doesn't want kids? I say, yeah. Like that's completely his choice on where he wants kids or not. On if he wants to get married or not, that's his problem. Like that's his life. I'm not going to sit here and live his life or pressure him how to live his life. As long as he is not hurting anybody else, I don't care. Come here, Dace.
Now,
exactly.
Now I'm gonna say this. I do have a problem, and being a double standard in a certain sense when it comes to my life. If you don't want to have children, you make a mistake, you get pregnant, you get an abortion. Why can't we figure out what to do to prevent it for the next time? Because I had a friend had like 10 abortions. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I had a problem with that. Even now, I'm like, why do you keep doing that? Why don't you find some birth
Yeah.
control that'll help or something?
That at that point, yeah, it's someone being just stupidly. It's
I mean,
someone
they're
being
gonna,
stupidly irresponsible.
yeah,
Yeah, I have
they're
a
just
problem
gonna
with
hurt
that.
themselves. They're gonna hurt themselves in the long run if they don't take their health care
Yeah.
seriously. I mean, with all things, you need to do it with reason, not just be silly about it. That's just
Hmm.
stupidity.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say 10, but it was quite a few that they had.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's not 10, it could be a few, and it could be situations that we have no idea. We don't know the context. So I'm
Yeah,
not going to judge, but I get it. Like, if that is the case, I would prefer that people have access, right? Like, if the solution was to have better access to, things to
Hmm.
like condoms or the pill or what, we could do these things. And but that would then stop the ability for these companies to have the next workforce. So
yeah,
Yeah.
this country is not going to do that. While we're a capitalist
Yeah.
society, we want
Yeah.
the babies to be born because
Sally, this company, going
they need to
back
work
to
for
the
minimum
main topic,
wage.
this company was founded by cis white corrupt men. The
Right.
Hmm.
first place they put this where they threw all the exile men, people. So this is what this
Hmm.
country was founded on. So it doesn't surprise me this company, well, that was company, this country has these flawed morals. 'Cause that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It
Hmm.
doesn't, it's sad, but it surprises me that the president is this corrupt person. And I looked through my life, he's probably the worst one, but even the ones that people liked was corrupt to me. And that's even coming from a Democratic president. People loved
Hmm.
FDR. I did not like him. What he did to the Japanese and chasing cats and stuff
Yeah.
like that, no. And
Yeah.
he is being said to be one of the best presidents ever. My grandma said it. It's
Yeah.
not.
People are
We
so
need
Yeah.
to stop looking at that. I don't care if you're Christian, Jew, atheist,
Hmm.
women, it doesn't matter. Arabic, it doesn't matter. If you
Yeah.
are trying to do what's best for this country, we need to start looking at that
Yeah.
working together instead of
and stop looking at your own personal. Of course, you should look at your own personal ideas, but what is it going to do to better everybody in the country? You only care
Hmm.
about these certain things that they affect you and yourself. That's not a good patriotic citizen. You think that process.
Hmm.
There's
Mhm.
no way he should not be trying to be under the jail for the things he's done.
buried under the
Yeah.
jail.
Ain't nobody, there's no way, in my opinion, that I would sit there and even if I heard it was an indication that maybe they got, like, what are they doing? Even if they was found, doesn't matter. The fact that they even even have been charged or it's a thought process they might be guilty of these crimes,
Yeah.
If
I'll
they're
be
still
like, no, why they even gonna put you in that thinking that you might have done that? I can't be your
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, I agree. There's just a window dressing. They've learned how to put window dressing on the absolute worst people, and we need a lot of media literacy around here. It is a real problem. People need to learn how to invest their time in reading and critically thinking, and not just accepting, like taking the spoonfuls of what they're fed on, mainstream media, and
Hmm.
do the actual research for themselves. But we are a very long way away from that. unfortunately. But what we are very close to is Ember Stream, which is up next
Yes.
in the next few minutes. So we probably should wrap up here. I'm so thankful that y'all
Yes.
joined me this morning and I joined you. Do you have anything you want to take us out with? Any final thoughts or any streams, anything you want to promote before we?
I'll plug some things. You got things to plug, Lil? I can plug my things.
Not really. I will probably have a stream later this week, probably tomorrow or something. And I should have a new video out by early next week.
Sweet.
So,
So make sure everybody looks forward to that. What about you, Kelly?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and watching our emergency episode.
second
I
group.
do have, he better tell us in advance next time.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah. But anyway, so the two things that I have immediately, Thursday, I have Ryan Theobald. He is the Michigan director for the American Atheist. He'll be on my show Thursday, 1 p.m. So right after Hot Topics will be my show. And then Saturday, 1 p.m., I will have Secular Rarity on.
Awesome.
So those are the things that are going on in the near future. We're also planning my birthday stream next month, and I'm looking at being on Truth Wanted next in January probably, and things like that. So I will let you know when these things unfold.
Mhm.
Oh, that's exciting. A birthday. I can't wait for that.
You
As
first. We have to do you too, Lil. Because your birthday's right after Christmas. We have to do.
her
We have to
birthday.
do her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some
I'm thinking
birthday.
of doing
my,
her a roast.
Although,
Let's do a little
for
roast.
my birthday, I'll be on a Bad Science Sunday, which I am
But that's
so excited
Monday.
about.
I will be on the 7th, December the 7th. I'll be on Bad
Mhm.
Science Sunday. But we need to do like a roast for you too, or
That
do
would be
something
fun.
for your birthday because your birthday is the day after. We going to do the Java and Jug the next day.
Mhm.
Yeah, Maya, I'm not jealous at all for not being invited. It's not a big deal, Maya. I am not jealous. What so?
Not at all.
Okay, so you guys,
I can see
for
her
me,
treating green.
this might be the new green. Pink is the new green. Or purple is the new green. The only thing I have coming up really is tomorrow. I have a video dropping. It was just more about Judeo Christianity and just how those values are just completely made up, and it's really just all Zionism in another package. So look for that. Other than that, I love you guys. You're amazing. Everybody in the audience, Deviant, I see that you just got here. We love you. Good to see you, Dan D. Thanks for coming. Adrian, Rainbow Atheist, Wide, Taweed, Carrie Ann. Okay, everybody else, I love you. Hope you have a great day. Chris, you better feel better, man. You better feel better. So hopefully we'll see you all. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. All right, love you guys. Have a good one. Stay tuned for